So there's this book out right now by a religious scholar named Stephen Prothero. He's a religious scholar at Boston University. He's written a book called God is Not One, The Eight Rival Religions That Run the World. Um, Now, I haven't read this book yet, but I've seen many articles about this book, and a couple articles by him. He's basically arguing against the whole perennialist position on religion. That basically says that our religions are essentially pointing to the same truth, and their differences aren't really as strong as they appear, or they don't really matter anyway. Um, and I think there's a point to be made there. Um, certainly to sort of say the differences between religions are unimportant is, I think, putting down all religions equally. Um, yeah, there's going to be differences that arise in different religions because they emerge out of different cultures and are emphasizing truth in different ways. Um, and so I think there's a fear of kind of exclusivism. And if you think about it, just about any argument, any sort of truth claims are going to be exclusive. Yeah, if I say that I disagree with something you say, then um, in a sense, I'm saying that you're wrong, that I believe you're wrong about it. Those putting in terms of saying I disagree is a little bit more humble sounding and less, it sounds less demeaning than you're wrong. Um, but yeah, in a sense, that's what disagreements amount to. Um, and there's some disagreements that do seem irreconcilable. For me as a Christian, I am a theist. I do believe in God, and um, Buddhism is a non-theistic religion. So, there's going to be disagreements there. I believe that there is some sort of intelligence behind the universe and its unfolding. Whereas Buddhism would say that no, it is just this blind force called karma that is manifesting itself. There's no intelligence to it. It's just a almost a kind of mechanical force in the universe that by which deeds are repaid. Um, so yeah, that is a legitimate disagreement, and on that I think we have to agree to disagree. Uh, Nonetheless, I greatly admire Buddhism and especially the Dalai Lama. I'm a big fan of his. Um, and so, and I just mentioned I raised mention that is because Stephen Prothero he wrote an article responding to the Dalai Lama when the Dalai Lama wrote this article uh, about how compassion is the center of all faiths. I do agree all faiths emphasize compassion, but I would say not in equal measure. Some of them have more emphasis on faith, some more on discipline, um, some more on contemplation. So I think Islam, for example, I think emphasizes discipline more than any other religion. We talk about jihad, which people tend to think of as holy war, but actually the greater jihad is the inner struggle, the inner, the sense to discipline oneself and struggle to overcome one's lower level will. And then there's uh, there's like a lot of Eastern faiths are more focused on contemplation, and then I think Christianity is more focused on love. So yeah, these are all great qualities to cultivate, and it's different faiths tend to put more emphasis on different parts of it. Um, I think that's the beauty of it is I think that each faith emphasizes a different is sort of a different path, and you get to know the fundamentals of the religion and understand what part of reality it's emphasizing. And I think that actually by engaging in dialogue with these different religions, understanding what each religion is teaching, you kind of understand your own faith more. Yeah, a lot of, I mean, some people might accuse me of sort of mixing my Christian beliefs too much with faiths like Buddhism or Hinduism. Um, yeah, and for me, it's more like studying these religions has given me more perspective on my own faith. Yeah, I talked before about the similarities between the ideas of the Tao and the Logos. And I'm not saying they're exactly the concepts are exactly the same, but there's they certainly do have a lot of similarities, and so it's by studying other religions I've been giving sort of new eyes with which to view my own faith, and um, and so yeah, I do think that the differences between religion are important, but that doesn't mean but I think that they're all pointing to not the same truth, different aspects of the same truth. Um, and they're all wait. But I think also when I mentioned that article about the Dalai Lama, and I'll link to the well, not both articles, but just a blog post that's about both articles. Um, I think that the Dalai Lama is kind of hinting towards something a little bit more transcendental than Mr. Prothero is is trying to point to. That beyond the difference, even beyond the sort of set of values that each religion emphasizes more, there is a certain transcendental something, maybe not something quite quantifiable or even expressible in words. There is this sort of um, yeah, this kind of uh, this kind of inexpressible gift that they're all reaching towards. And so what I like is um, what I like about integral theory is it's sort of uh, neo-perennialism, which takes into account the different developmental levels, because I think there's as much, if not more, difference between the fundamentalists and the mystics of the same religion as there is between uh, the ordinary believers of each faith. Yeah, and so there's greater similarity among each religion, yet among mystics than there is among more lay people. So, I guess I'll leave it there. Peace.